Hey guys, it's Hell Hades here. This is going to be another raid Shadow Legends video. I'm going to do a champion guide on one of the best epics in the game, Zargala. Why is Zargala so good? She has got some of the best offensive kits in the game. Better than most legendary champions that try and do the same sort of thing. So let's get into her skills. She has got an A1 that's got the ability to place a weaken. Really cool for a single target boss, where you're trying to just get a weaken off. So 50% chance of placing a weaken, and it's the bigger version of weaken. It only lands for one turn. That's probably the only negative about this champion, but still, it's there, it's available, it's on her A1. She's got an A2, which is actually super cool. So it attacks one enemy. If it kills that enemy, it activates her A3, which is an AoE, which we'll get into shortly. It's on a 2-turn cooldown when you book her out. It's just like, it's always back. It's always back. It's great in the arena. It's great for dungeon waves. It basically means you're constantly whacking out 2 moves at one time. And the second move that she hits with, so Crack Armor, which is her A3 here, attacks all enemies. And basically, the first hit that it does, it attacks 3 times. The first hit, it's got a 50% chance of landing decreased defense across the board. You book it up, it becomes a 75% chance. Book it up, it becomes a 4-turn cooldown. It's an insane ability. So basically what you're doing is you're going A3, decreased defense across the board. The rest of your team are hitting. She then runs in and hits with her A2, kills somebody, and then throws decreased defense across the board again with a triple hit. Absolutely nuts. And then when she's bored and she actually has a chance to do her A1, she'll run in and she might throw a weaken on as well. Fantastic champion. She's also got an aura, so increased accuracy in all battles. It's not brilliant, but it's not bad either. So how do you need to build her then? Let's go into some masteries actually. Because I generally use my Zargala in dungeons, I go War Master. War Master's probably better than things like Flawless Execution and Helm Smasher if you're talking about dungeons. If I was talking about an arena build, my build would be pretty similar to this, but I probably would go Helm Smasher because I get a bit more damage off on my enemies. War Master though is fantastic if you're trying to get damage off on bosses, because bosses at level 20 have got really high max HP, and War Master hits for a percentage of their max HP. I've also gone support tree, so accuracy, accuracy, accuracy. I've got a chance to reset her A3 sooner with Cycle of Magic. You definitely could go book if you wanted to. Law of Steel. Evil Eye is fantastic. Just means you're going to get that reduction of turn meter when she uses that A1. Brilliant for boss fights. I've then got Sniper to give me a better chance of landing that decreased defense. Instead of 75, I push it up to 80%. And same for the Weaken, gives me a better chance of placing Weaken. And then we've got ourselves Master Hexer to try and put those moves on for longer. Really important skills, those two. You definitely could, if you want to go arena build, you could bring in Ruthless Ambush. You could bring in Cycle of Violence. And you could definitely go for Kill Streak as well. So plenty of options with her build. This is the way I've got it done. How have I got her gear on then? So look, she's in my team to do damage and to debuff. 2 things, okay? So firstly, I need her accuracy to be at least around 200. I could probably do with another 20 or 30 accuracy if I'm honest. But I also want her to hit really hard and I want her to go fast. I need a lot out of this Zargala build. So we have got crit damage gloves with a lot of speed. If this item didn't have these 2 bad subs here and had something like crit rate as well, it would be like a godly item. But as it is, still pretty good. I've got an attack chest. Most people that watch this video probably would want an HP chest and probably would want crit rate gloves, but this is like a real end game build. I've got speed boots with crit rate HP on them, and then I'm looking for speed, I'm looking for crit, and I'm looking for health. Perhaps some accuracy thrown in there as well. So I've got crit and crit damage there. Accuracy, crit, crit damage. So where am I getting my health from then? I'm getting it from my ring with HP and defense rolls and attack rolls. I've got crit damage on the amulet. I might as well make use of this crit rate that I've got. The sub rolls are not amazing, but I wanted a bit of accuracy. I could do with a bit more accuracy here, really. And then I've got a big accuracy banner with some speed on it. So she's good to go. She's pretty much useful in most areas of the game. Arena offense, she's literally fantastic until you get to about plat, where the teams are just too strong. I still see her in some plat teams though, or high gold teams. Spider, if you're manualing, she's insane. But she probably drops off around Spider 16 or so. Before Spider 16, she's insanely good. After Spider 16, unless you're running a nuke team, you're going to struggle with her because she doesn't have enough health. So she finds it quite difficult to stay alive. So I'd say she's a 4. Campaign, she's actually very good. I'll show you that as well. Defense, arena, anything arena, she's fantastic in. Dragon's Lair, she can be part of absolutely like top end speed runs. Minnow, she's brilliant. Any of the keeps, she's insane. Clan Boss, now, Clan Boss is a funny one. So up until maybe brutal, maybe not even brutal, maybe hard, she would be brilliant. So she's got weakened, she's got decreased defense, and she hits quite hard. But she just doesn't have enough defensive stats. So I can't see people running her past brutal. So for me, she's probably a 2. It's not really a place. So one place in the game she would struggle. Force Keep, she's literally top tier. She's got decreased defense and weaken. Brilliant champion for that. Ice Golems, she is decent. Probably a 4. She can get you through the wave. She'll do a lot of damage. She doesn't really do her abilities properly when you get to the main boss. Magic Keep, she'll just clear her way through stuff so fast. Any of these keeps she's great for. Fire Knights, this 3.3 is totally wrong. She is endgame top tier Fire Knights. She's got a free hit with her Devastate, her crack armor. She's able to clear the waves for you really fast. Yeah, absolutely endgame champion for Fire Knights. Spirit Keep, again, she's good in any of the keeps, that's fine. And Faction Wars, brilliant as well. So overall, I think she sits in my tier list at around 6 or 7. She's one of the top epics in the game. And we're going to show her in action now. So let's get into some content then. Let's show her in campaign first. Not Nightmare, she won't be able to deal with Nightmare. But in terms of Brutal, she's the wrong affinity here for Brutal actually. Maybe we'll go with 6. Which is better. So where is she? Here she is. Let's get some food in there, just so I'm not wasting my time. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a manual run first so I can show her moves in action. So what you can do is you can go in with a 2 against the weak affinity. One shot her and then triple hit. See that triple hit with the crack armor? Just take these 2 out again. We're going to run this on auto in a second so you can see that run. This time all I'm going to do is just throw her A3 off straight away. Triple hit, nukes people down. If I'd done it the other way around, I probably would have got the single smash and then the triple hit. See that? Insane. That's on 1 turn cooldown, so we'll just wait for that for a second. The food is going to go bye-bye. We're going to go A2 again on the weak target. Nuke the weak target. Triple hit comes in. And then next turn around, she does that triple hit again. So super strong. So if I show that on replay, I'll just show you it on auto this time. Watch how quickly she clears the content. It's just mental. For somebody that doesn't have the AoE on their A1, she does this so fast. Wait for the cooldowns, bang, here we go again, and bang. 15 seconds, 12-6 brutal. For someone that doesn't have AoEs on A1s, that's really, really strong. So she can be your campaign farmer if you're struggling for one. Let's get her into some content though. Let's show some dungeons off. Actually, Force Keep's a great one to show her in because she is top tier for this. This team's fine. So Force Keep, you're all about breaking his defense. And you'll watch here, we've got defense break on anyway. Nuking the waves. Actually, she might not even... Here we go. Oh, she didn't get a crit. She didn't get a crit off. Ally attack comes in. I'm probably not showing off very well here. She's not really having any turns. Pretty good team out. and the stuff she's doing has been pretty weak. When you get to the boss though, so you've got ads to deal with, and basically what you want to be able to do is break defense and weaken the boss. He's got such a high defense that you want that break armor to go on like that. Defense down is on, and at this point you can now do some crazy damage to him. Because of his passive here, this one, it's got 4,000 defense. You need to put decreased defense on him, otherwise you're not going to hit very hard. We'll clear this off, easy as you like. Down he goes, and we move on. Keeps are easy anyway, but she is really good in keeps. Even though she didn't really do a lot there, 300k damage compared to 170, 170. So kind of shows how much work she put in on the moves that she did. Let's show her in Dragons. This for me is her best dungeon. This is where she's really great. So we can go, can we do this? So we can get ourselves some speed up. Decrease defense. Poison, poison, and nuke. I think this works. Try it. I think this works. Basically, we've got decreased defense and stuns. We've got the triple decreased defense from Zargala. When you get somebody low, you devastate, and then you crack armor. Goes right through them with another triple hit. Each of them taking 30 odd K damage over those 3 hits. Same again, slamming people down, and the wave has not touched us. So a big part of that is having stun armor. Stun gear, and a big part of that is having that decreased defense going on really early. Once you've got your decreased defense on, then everyone can come and nuke, and the world is a much safer place. So we're looking good. Only 3 enemies left. We are taking a couple of hits now, but hopefully we'll just keep whittling them down. At this stage, if people die, it's not too big a deal, because all I need for the boss is my poisoners and my decreased defense and weaken. We've got a poisoner in Kale, poisoner in Frozen Banshee, so we're all good. You see here, we've already got our decreased defense on, so Warmaster procs will hit harder, Giant Slayer procs hit harder at this stage. Decreased defense does not affect any sort of poison damage, but everything else, it's going to amplify the damage. So see there again, decreased defense back on for 3 turns, just massively helps us with the dragon. And bearing in mind here, I'm running I'm basically running a free-to-play team apart from Zargala. You've got Frozen Banshee, you've got Kale Starter Champion, War Maiden, and Diabolist are both farmable champions. So, you know, it's about as free-to-play as I think it's going to get if you've pulled yourself a Zargala. They are in decent gear though, to be fair. There we go, 2-minute run. And that is that. Look at the damage difference here. So Kale is my poisoner, 1 million. Zargala, 1.2 million. She is a beast. She does a ton of damage. So let's have a look then at... I guess we go Fire Knights next. This for me is her next best dungeon. She's a good affinity for it as well. So she's the same as the Fire Knight. So this team here, all I'm going to do is swap that out. Yeah, this will do. So what we've got here, we've got speed, we've got that break armor again, we've got stuns that are going to help me get through the waves, and then we've got AoE damage. So here we go again, 1 hit, then triple hit. That's all in one move. Insanely good ability. And she is just going to help us clear through these waves so fast. This is what I mean about her score being totally wrong. She is end game for Fire Knights. Crack armor comes straight back through again, and we are nuking people down. She's one of the most fun champions if you get her working right in the game, especially for epics. She's tons of fun. You can just get so much work from her. Even on her A1, she's doing big hits there, 40 odd K hits. Now she doesn't bring any sort of turn meter manipulation on the main boss, but that's why we've got other people in here. We've got someone like Nephril, we've got people like Cold Heart, yeah. For that, But yeah, she is just fantastic champion. So the best thing she can do on auto for us is to get the crack armor at the right time to give us decreased defense and hopefully help us break the shield. So decreased defense has gone on, turn meter starts to come down, so that's actually really good timing for me. And at this point, you just want for, ideally actually at this point, you wanted to do an A1 and try and get weaken on as well, but that's just every now and again should have a chance. She's got a chance, she's got the weaken on, it's landed for one turn. So it's about as good as it gets now. We're just waiting for damage. She's going in there, 50k hits. That's on her A1. Everyone else doing their work. She does a triple hit, 10k a time. Do need the Heart Seeker. Didn't land the drop. So we're not quite going to one-shot him. I thought we were going to one-shot, but not quite. Not far off it though. And now we just need to break the shield one more time. She's got 2 single target hits, which is the only kind of letdown in terms of Fire Knights, because 1 in 3 of her moves is great for Fire Knight, the other 2 are not. But once that shield's down, she's doing tons of work. So what have we got here? No good. That's Fire Knights. Spiders, what I'm going to do is take it back to a lower level where she is useful. She's not useful down here really, unless you've got a speed team. So I'm going to take it back to not green affinity, that would be stupid. Let's go for a blue affinity, 14 I guess, and I'm just going to run it with weaker champions then. So 14, anywhere around here you want AoE damage going off as often as possible. So we want a Zargala in there, speed, AoE, turn meter, another AoE damage dealer. I'm going to put this one in. So she's not my campaign farmer, she's just in stun gear, pretty weak gear, so she's not kind of overpowered. If you look at her stats here, made sure she's got 100% crit, but then it's quite low crit damage. Nothing special about her kit at all. Armiger's got nothing special about his. Zargala I've shown you. This is just stun gear, nothing special here, and a lot of speed on this guy. So this is the sort of thing that you want for 14. You just want AoE damage, you want fast runs, and you want a bit of turn meter manipulation. So there, crack armor goes through, absolutely nukes the spiderlings. Great start. Decreased defense straight on the boss, which enables us to do more damage. And from here, it's just about keeping spiderlings at bay. The thing that's not great here is if she used that Devastate on a spiderling that's low health, she would do that crack armor again, but she doesn't do it. So that's why she's not brilliant. If her AI was sensible and it'd be like, I can kill this target 100%, and I can then force my move to do crack armor 100%, that would be better, but she doesn't do it. But you can see the idea here. We've got 3 people that do AoE attacks, and the AoE attacks are what keeping the spiderlings at bay. And then we've got other people in there that are just kind of controlling the turn meter and controlling our speed. Again, big old hits. Nuke's coming down. Turn meter controlling him. And then the Devastate's landed on the boss. It still hits hard, but I'd rather she did it on a spiderling. So I guess this is quite an easy stage for me. I've got a good Great Hall and that sort of stuff, but I'm not using good gear. And it just shows probably about the stage that she's useful. The more you go beyond this stage, the less useful she's going to be, unless you're just desperate for a decreased defense champion to enable everything else. We're going to get 1 reset. And hopefully after this now we're just going to nuke him down. So we've got a big old hit there from Armiger. Crack armor goes on again. Big nuke. Another AoE here from Diabolist. Not sure, Diabolist I guess. And we're just waiting for that final kill. Oh, nearly 60k hit. Pretty good. That's a spider. It's about as far as she's going to get, 14, 15 or so. Let's show Ice Golem, and then we're going to get into the arena after that. So she is a bad affinity for 20. I did run her on 20 for a while though. She can do it, but she's better at sort of 7, 18, 19. Let's try 18. So what we got here is looking okay actually. Some poison. We've got decreased defense, nuke, speed. Perhaps we'll do this. Give you an idea. So we've got increased defense, block debuffs, nuke, speed, poisons, and nuke, and then decreased defense and weaken. That's what we're looking for. So Zargala's in here as the decreased defense, help us through the waves as quickly as possible. AoE damage coming in. She's in stun set again, same champions we used just now. You see we get through the wave quite quickly. Devastate, straight into the crack armor. Brilliant synergy of moves. Now we just have to wait for that kind of ability recycle. And actually Cold Heart's not the best for this dungeon. Didn't really... Oh, she's dead anyway. Oh, we're taking some damage from these guys. They've got their increased defense up, which is making this much harder. I feel like I haven't really picked a good lineup here. Could have done with just a healer instead of the Cold Heart. Anyway, through the wave, onto the boss. So the main thing here is we just do damage. Now, the thing that lets her down here is she won't do a crack armor whilst all the ads are up. So if we look, if I stop the... She's got crack armor available, watch this. Devastate. She won't do crack armor when the ads are alive. So because of that, she's actually quite weak. And it's similar with a lot of champions, they won't do it. If you've got somebody that doesn't hit but does decreased defense, then that will work at this stage. And for some reason, the AI is kind of built to say, don't do multiple hits, don't hit to do decreased defense. I'm going to lose this one. It's the reason why she's not as strong in this dungeon as others. I'm not going to waste our time. I've lost the fight, but you get the idea. Let's get her into some more fun stuff. Let's get into the arena. And this is where she will shine for a lot of people. So in terms of how you want this set up, you want for her to be your fastest champion other than your speed booster. So you basically want to go, just see I'm not fighting someone too insane. Quite high up in the arena, kind of mid golds. See someone's got one here, so let's go against this same team that I'm looking to be. So I have a speed lead. Go with my Skull Crown speed lead. I'm then going to have Zargala as my debuffer. I'm going to have Apothecary as my speed up champion. And then I'm just going to have somebody in as a stun champion or a freeze, something like that. Hust is pretty good for this. Make sure I've got some actual gear on him. Yeah. So yeah, so we've got speed into debuff, into stun. These could be irreversible, doesn't really matter. Into nuke. That's the idea. Foley might be a problem because he can't be stunned, I don't think. So if I throw this on auto, debuff into stun, I only got one stun. And then I just want my nuke to come in to finish him off. But she's stunned, so we're going to go devastate, crack armor. And that's where she comes up trumps, actually, where someone cuts in. Show that again. So the reason why I did that on auto is because that's what your defense would have looked like. This is how you test a defense. Does it work on auto? Crack armor. Not working that well. Nuke though, so we get down to one. She is super tanky. So she's going to bring everyone back alive. Still struggling to deal with her. Killer! And in the end, she is going to win the game. Duchess, getting a nerf soon. Thank goodness. Let's try another team then. Let's go for these guys. They've got a similar build to me. Speed, decreased defense, nuke. That's the idea of their team. So similar sort of setup. I did this one on manual now. So we go speed into decreased defense. If there's somebody that you know you can kill with a one shot, if you built your person up to hit really hard, you might just try and actually one shot them, because then that will activate your crack armor as well. But I'm going to go safe, crack armor on. I want to go AoE stun, 50% chance to stun. We're just going to try and get a bit of damage off. Hopefully we don't get feared. And goodbye team. So that's the idea of that setup. And you see in this sort of elo, we see quite a few Zargalas, probably a couple of page normally, but she is just a fun champion. So yeah, look, hopefully that's been interesting. Hopefully if you've got a Zargala, that'll give you some ideas. She is a really fun champ. And for me, one of the best, if not the best, kind of epics outside of Clan Boss in the entire game. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you all soon.